My greetings to all our friends. I must thank you for responding to our information, impromptu press briefing. The situation in the state has drawn everyone's attention, not only the people of the state but from across. In fact, yesterday when I was on my way to Shillong from Garulis, I happened to meet lots of people, and people were concerned about the events that's been unfolding, and also the manner in which the situations are being handled. The people are seem to be aggrieved, and at the same time, lots of confusion created. That confusion is again because of the manner in which the situation is being dealt with. We, the people of the state, collectively have, in the preceding years, put our collective and dedicated effort to brand build the state. And the result was seen by all of us. Meghalaya has been known as a state which was considered as one of the most favored destination. People of the state generated lots of positive stories, and therefore the outcome was that Meghalaya was known for many good things. Unfortunately, recently and in the recent last preceding 2 years, all this positive outcome of our hard work, collective hard work, have gone down the drain. Today, Meghalaya is known for all wrong reasons. And that is something for which we are very deeply aggrieved and sad. Because when we collectively build the state, and when we see it being dismantled and damaged in respect to the reputation, the name and fame of the state, I think it's very painful. Therefore, the collective endeavor which has been there for long years must not go in vain. People of the state must come together and collectively ensure that we restore peace. And we collectively share the responsibility as stakeholders. There are reasons to believe that when we all come collectively, we can undo the damage and somehow erase these bitter memories. It is therefore incumbent upon all of us, all the citizens of the state, to come together and collectively see as to how each one of us in our respective capacities can contribute for restoration of peace and rebuilding the image of the state. We have seen lots of opportunities opening up in the past, in the preceding years, because of that collective endeavor. We definitely had some bitter and painful past, even in the long preceding years ago. I think that is something which have given us a kind of, I must say, we have been conditioned through that kind of situation. But having built the name and fame of the state and having seen the positive outcome and suddenly losing it is definitely painful, because the footfall of the tourist in the state has been quite worth mentioning. And if we visit different places, including the rural areas, you will all agree that the people of the state have been looking at hospitality sector as one of the sustainable means of livelihood. It will therefore be important for us to understand the magnitude of opportunities for diverse and multiple economic activities for our young ones in the hospitality sector. We are fortunate, we are blessed that we have the gift of God, the nature, our diverse way of living, our vibrant and diverse culture. That's our strength. We have cautioned the government on a number of occasions that any situation which creates mistrust and sense of insecurity is not good for the state and for the people. And therefore it is incumbent upon government to see what's happening across the state, be well connected and be well informed. The avoidable events which have happened in the preceding days are precisely because of the government, which is completely disconnected, which is completely looking at the affairs of governance as with this Chalta Hai approach, in spite of the writings on the wall. And today you see the outcome, which is painful and which is condemnable by all. We have condemned the incident of violence, and our attention has been also drawn about the response of the government to deal with the situation. The government, in spite of repeated cautioning and in spite of the disapproval being communicated by the citizens of the state, by the people of the state, about the manner in which such situations are being dealt with, or the manner of handling the situation. Whenever there is an apprehension of a law and order situation, the first thing they do is infringe upon everybody's right, inconveniencing the citizens. It has taken a toll on the state. Certain disruption of communication, which is so crucial in the present era, and the confusion created by the manner in which this situation of law and order is dealt with. It only is a reflection of complete bankruptcy of the whole, bankruptcy of knowledge about the whole affairs of governance. The result, the outcome, the fallout is that the people suffer and the state suffer. Look at the fallout in the business. Look at the fallout about the inconveniences created. People don't even know when is that curfew is being relaxed for how many hours. Yesterday what happened? The curfew in this part of the city was relaxed between 12 to 3. When did the people know? When did the people know? They were telling the people, they were announcing that okay, curfew is being relaxed from 12 to 3. And that announcement was around 1 o'clock. This is how you govern the state. Shame. Why are you relaxing the curfew? For people to be able to come out, for people to be able to buy certain important essential commodities, or for many other important call of duty or activity. And people don't even know when the curfew is being relaxed. Who is deciding for imposing and relaxation of curfew? Is it from CMO or from anywhere else? It appears that okay, somebody is telling okay, abhi relax karo, abhi curfew dal do. This is exactly what I perceive. Not based on the ground reality. Because number one, as I have said, they are completely disconnected from the ground reality. Is it really necessary to ban social media? Is it necessary? Have we not run government in the past? Prior to 2018, when did you see internet being shut down? I had the privilege to be part of the government, to lead the government. When did you see? Tell me if you remember. Were we not confronted by challenges? Friends, when we look at our own responsibility of dealing with any situation, we look at always the interests of the people. And we always see, okay, how people can be subjected to minimum inconvenience, minimum. Just because two people fought in that your one of the so-called referred to as sometimes we refer to it as a sweeper's colony, sometimes as Punjabi land or whatever. What happened? So you look at the sequelae of events that is a product of their complete lack of idea and knowledge about governance. Their complete mismanagement at the cost of the state, at the cost of the name and fame of the state. They become irreversible. Even the issue of that incident in Isamaki, how is it that the government didn't know? How is it? What were they doing? Were they partying? What were they doing? I tell you, every day there is a daily secret information given to the chief minister. Every day. The chief minister is privileged to have that DSI on his table every day. How is it that they were found to have been in deep slumber? That's such an unprecedented incident of the communal conflict could happen. Was there no permission given for the NGOs who wanted to have the protest meeting? Was it not given? If given, what was the all necessary arrangement? That's why, friends, I'm saying that the responsibility of responding to call of duty when one is in the hand of affairs of governance cannot be taken lightly. It revolves around the future of the people. We need to be concerned about what's going to happen in the future. The whole dislocation of all the positive economic activities and the resultant opportunities which are opening up, some dislocation. Therefore, we would like to see that the government has proper inquiry into the whole background which led to that unfortunate, avoidable incident which is condemnable by all, thereby vitiating the environment in the state, bringing a dark spot in the whole history of Meghalaya. And all the perpetrators of this crime must be brought to book without any attempt to manipulate or protect anybody. I am afraid the manner in which the government is handling the situation, they will allow the perpetrators of the crime to go scot-free. I am afraid. That's why we want to see that the perpetrators of the crime should not go scot-free. That is going to be the deterrence for future. Unless this is done, I'm afraid the perpetrators of crime will get emboldened. They'll engage in repetition of similar situation, thereby creating an uncertain future for our future generation. Another important thing which concerns us is the way how these people who are instrumental in somehow the whole daily economic activity, the shopkeepers, the traders, how they are not getting any assistance, any support from the government. I try to know, okay, what's happening during curfew hours, and how, when you're talking about the shopkeeper, they will have plenty of items which includes perishable. What happens to them? They're suddenly clapping curfew and then not creating any mechanism to ensure that, okay, the retail shop owners in the small localities have the access to their required goods from the wholesale market. Was there any assistance given to these traders? Was any magistrate deployed along with senior officers to facilitate, that some disruption of collection of materials by the shops don't happen? Nothing. Nothing was done. This is the way you deal with situation. Therefore, I feel the pain of all these affected people. Yesterday we had CLP, we discussed about these things, and lots of inputs which we received through our own network of people. When we listen to them, it's very painful. And curfew being enforced, is it really being enforced? There is no due diligence how the curfew should be enforced. What can be a bigger joke than this? You are making mockery of the law. If it is not necessary, why you impose it in the first instance? It is not necessary because I saw vehicles moving after the curfew hours, number of them. I'm sure you were all witness to this. Meaning curfew is not being enforced. or they are not being able to enforce curfew. That means curfew is not necessary. I'm afraid this whole knee-jerk reaction and misusing the provision of law is definitely condemnable. They are not called for. Number one, there's a lots of other mechanism to deal with a situation. Reach out to the people, reach out to the stakeholders, and get the complete involvement of the people to restore peace. Rather than looking at people as their enemy and likely perpetrators of crime. Now in the complete, when the whole internet is shut down, the social media is shut down, you are depriving people from actually sharing important information with the authorities. Thank you, friends.